esteemed guests, speakers, and audience, my friends. Now we have a lot of discussion today in this auspicious day. We are talking about communication, information, technology. At the same time, here is the science of self-discovery. We are communicating the whole world. World become very small. But we are not communicating ourselves. There is no communication between body and mind, which is next to us, which is within us. We explore the outer space. We discover, we invent many things for our material pleasure, sensual pleasure. But it is not everlasting, it is short-lived. But we did not explore our inner world. We are looking in the far, but we don't look near. Here, we are losing the balance of our mind. That's why, though we are advanced in science and technology, we are much advanced, at the same time, we have more psychic problems. In the Western world, what you are talking, they are so advanced, but they have so much problem within their body and mind, within their families. But we are far better. In India, we are far better. So we have to discover ourselves. We are discovering everything, but we don't discover ourselves. For this, the science, the ancient science of self-discovery is known as meditation, which our great Muni Rishis, they have invented this science. So we have to know ourselves. We want to know everything, but we don't know ourselves. We want to know all the potentialities, all the energies of the world, but we don't know what are these potentialities within us. Having immense potentialities, we think we have nothing. If you explore it, then you think, I am not a beggar, I am the king of the kings. I should not be slave, I should be the master of my body and mind, but I become the slave of my indriyas, my organs, my propensities. The science of self-discovery is known as meditation. Meditation is not a religion. It is a science which can experimented and experienced in your mental laboratory. For any scientific research and experiment, we need the laboratory, physical laboratory. But here, God has given you everything. You don't need any external thing to discover yourself. Your laboratory is within your mind. All the apparatus, all the chemicals, all the resource energies are within yourself. So you need not go outside for your research. It is within yourself. So when you explore, when you discover yourself, you will know who are you. If you ask the question, who are you? Everybody identify. Yes, I am Rama, I am Sama, I am engineer, I am doctor, I am professor. But what is your real identity? That is your profession. You are not that. If you ask, who are you? Oh, I am this. This is your physical body. This is your belongings. This is your mind. But who are you? Oh, I don't know. But we want to know everybody. But I don't know. Who am I? If I don't know myself, what kind of potentiality I have? How can I know? If I don't know, then how can I utilize it? If I will not utilize, how can I enjoy it? To enjoy your life, like it has been written there, better city, better village, better life. You will get better life, better enjoyment. We only know the sensual enjoyment. We don't know what is beyond that. So you have to explore within us, within the mind, different layers of mind, then we will know. What you are what your deep diving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. Destiny is not destined. Your future is not formulated, is not designed by the God from the heaven. You are the maker of your future. You create your destiny. To do these things, you have to follow, you must have proper knowledge, you must follow proper procedure, and you must have determination. Then you can achieve your destiny. The science of meditation is a science, purely science. The science, meditation should be performed knowing fully well the location of different glands and sub-glands and their respective system of hormone secretions. Otherwise, it will not produce any fruit. For this system of meditation, knowledge of biopsychology is very important. Meditation is not something to believe or written in the scripture, but it is the experience. You have to realize it. You have to experiment it. So, when you do some experiment, scientific experiment, you know what you are going to do, and which chemicals you want to do, which proportionate you want to add it, and what are the procedures. In the same way, we have energy centers in our body, 7 energy centers. This science, we know biology, we know psychology, but we neglect, we forget what is the cosmology, what is the spirituality. Human existence is trifarious, physical, psychic, and spiritual. But we want to develop in mostly 2 spheres, physical and psychic to some extent. But we ignore the spiritual sphere. That's why you get imbalance. There is no coordination and cooperation between body, mind, and soul. So biopsychology deals with interaction between physical and mental propensities, hormones, nerve cell, and the effect of human behavior, and vice versa. So there is a mutual interaction between the propensities and hormone secretion and their effect on human mind and behavior. You see, when you have, sometimes by seeing external object, we get tempted. We want to do such and such things, whether it is good or bad. Sometimes, without seeing anything, we have some intense desire, strong longing for certain things, whether it may be good or bad. But that is due to the propensities, due to the defective hormone secretion of our different glands. So to do research, you don't need anything. Whatever you see in the universe, that is within you in the seed form, in the dormant form. That's why in the scripture it is Tatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde. Whatever you see in the universe, everything is within you. Whatever invention, discovery comes in this world, whatever equipment, scientific developed instrument you are using, it is coming from the human mind. So human mind is such a supercomputer God has given to us. Human being is the microscopic replica of the macroscopic consciousness. So, you see, in the human body, the subtle body, we have crude body, what we are seeing, the physical body, at the psychic level, and there is more subtle things we are seeing in chakras or energy centers. It has no physical existence. If you dissect the human body, you cannot find where the chakra is located, but these are psychic. But its effect on your glands, secretion. You cannot define mind. It is not a matter. Mind can be defined by its function. In the same way, these are all psychic, these chakras, and some are psycho-spiritual. The knowledge of subtle energy centers called chakra, the unique to yoga psychology. These chakras form bridge between body, mind, and are associated with endocrine gland. Endocrine gland is located within the spinal cord. All the chakras, all the glands, soft glands, they are related to the endocrine gland. There is a constant interplay of thoughts, emotion, hormonals, and neurological activity taking place in the energy center. That's why you see many people how we have different attitudes. We see the things in different angles. So as our attitude is different, we behave in a different manner and act accordingly. That is the thing which we see, the way we see. The yoga psychology gives thorough understanding of qualities and functions of each chakra. Yoga practitioner learn how to balance and strengthen this physical and psychic process of the chakras through practice like asanas, means yogic postures, meditation, dhyana. This method of purifying the chakras leads to harmony of body and mind and spirit. So, in the past, our great munis and rishis invented many asanas by observing the nature. Because you see, certain animals and birds, they have specific qualities, specific powers, which human beings still is under the research, how to find that kinds of instrument. So by deep observation, deep meditation, our great rishis, they discover this scientific process. Here is the chakras are related to the glands. You see there are different 7 energy centers: Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, Agya, Vishuddha, Agya, Sahasrara. So these 7 energy centers controlling all the metabolism of your body, mind, and it can elevate you from the animality to the divinity. And you have to know how to regulate it, how to purify it, and what is its function, how to use it. So in 7 energy centers, the lower 2 are basically static in nature. And the third one is mutative in nature, this is the source of energy. And then higher 2 is more sentient, Anahata and Vishuddha. Then Agnya Chakra is psycho-spiritual, Sahasrara is spiritual. Our inner journey, it starts from the lowermost, the Muladhara to Sahasrara. When we reach in Sahasrara, we become all-knowing entity. We identify ourselves with the soul. We know ourselves. We become the self-knowing entity. Here, in seven chakras, basically the 6 chakras, there are 50 major propensities. 50 major propensities. They are located in different chakras. Like Muladhara, there is 4, and Swadhisthana 6, Manipur 10, Anahata 12, Vishuddha 16, Agya 2. These 50s, British, are nothing but the acoustic vibration of our 50 letters in Sanskrit language, from O to Kya. Start from O and end in Kya. So these are acoustic roots of different vibrations. All this, whatever you see in this world, is nothing but the ocean of vibration. That's why it is called Bhavasagara. Here these factors, whatever you see, there are 5 fundamental factors which this universe is created, from which this universe is created. This is solid, liquid, luminous, aerial, and ethereal factors. That is also present in our body. So you cannot do anything without these factors. Whatever happening in this world, the combination of 5 factors. Go to next. Here is the mental propensities. Each chakra, whirling vortex that shock, that struck breathy energy from universal energy field. In each chakra, there are a number of smaller sub-centers, subcortex that corresponds to various psychic and spiritual tendencies. You know, when you have imbalance in any chakra or hormonal secretion, there are different kinds of breaths develop. When it imbalance, you can make it balance by practicing different yogic postures and train your mind in a methodical way, means concentration, and at the same time, your extroverted mind, you can introvert it, you withdraw your mind from your external world and bring inside and concentrate it and channelize towards your goal with the help of a most sophisticated vehicle, that is sound vibration, that is called mantra. Then when you go through different chakras, your mind concentrated moves from lower propensities to higher propensities, then you realize and experience different kinds of happiness, concentration, your deep thinking, and solving the problems, creativity, and different qualities gradually develop. Let us see what are the breathes, what are the propensities in different chakra, how we can purify and rectify it. Next. This is the first chakra, which is energy center, based on the base of the spine, that is Muladhara. Here is 4 basic propensities are there. There are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. You all know these 4. Human being longing for these 4 propensities: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Kama means you have all the physical desires. To do anything in this physical world, you need the propensities kama. But you have to regulate it, you have to control it. Otherwise, it will lead towards your destruction. Now, artha, for the psychic longings, all kinds of intellectual and research, all kinds of art, literature, everything come from the artha. And dharma, for psycho-spiritual emancipation, which leads to pure emancipation, that is called moksha. These 4 basic propensities are lying in this chakra. When you develop it, we have the control over it. For this chakra, there are some postures, that is asanas, like Digha Pranam, Yoga Mudra, Gomukhasan, and Ambasi Mudra. Next. Here is the fluidal plexus, that is Tarala Mandala, is the liquid factor. The second chakra, the Swadhisthana chakra, is situated on the spinal cord directly behind the root of the genital organ. It has 6 breathes or propensities. It is associated with prostate gland, ovaries, and test. Depending on the chakra, is the attitude that when someone sees another person who is happy, he or she feels pang of jealousy. But an ideal person will develop a begin attitude towards the happy person, saying that the person in such a happy frame of mind, may he stay that way forever. We all know when somebody is progressing in the life, we feel jealousy. It is natural. We see everywhere. Why it is happening? Because this is the defect in this chakra. Here, Abhagya, Murcha, Abhagya, Murcha, Sarvanas, Abhiswas, Pranas. There are 6 propensities here. These are all the animal propensities. Like all are static in nature. You have to control it. To rectify these things and control over, you need Gomukhasana, Dirgha Pranam, Yoga Mudra, and Ambashi Mudra. These are yogic postures. Next. Here is the chakra of fire, or the energy center. All the energies of our body, it controls from this Manipur chakra. That's why it is called Agni Mandal in yogic language. The navel chakra or the Manipur chakra has 10 propensities of breathing. This chakra controls the luminous factor in the body. It is the seat of heat and vitality. It is also associated with mundane faculties. If one has great fear to speak in public, it means the Manipur chakra is weak. Regular practice of certain asana can remove these problems. The fear complex is the most dangerous complex for the human beings. Due to the fear complex, people cannot accomplish the great task because they are always scared. If I do such and such things, opposition will come. How can I face it? That's why so many people, due to this fear complex, they did not undertake any great responsibilities. So you have to go beyond it. You have to become fearless. If a fearless person, he can do anything and everything. If this fearless person is not guided properly, there is no moral background, there is no feeling of service and welfare in his mind, then he become a notorious criminal because he don't care, he don't fear anybody. That's what is happening at the present society right now. Because they are fearless, but there is no proper moral base. There is no feeling of welfare. Here, attachment, carving, jealousy, grina, hatred, fear, change to next. The shyness, cruelty, irritability, lethargy, what is that one? Melancholia. These propensities, you push backward, it does not allow you to move. They are not static they are mutative in nature. They are not static. If you practice the Chakrasana, Naukasana, Mayurasana, and Agni Mudra, your shyness, jealousy, hatred, anger, you can control it. Propensity are such a things. If you want to control it, you can control it. If you want to minimize it, you can minimize. If you maximize it, you can maximize. But all these lower propensities, it will not help you. If it increases, you go on increasing, then you will find yourself, you will change yourself from humanity to animality. If you control it, if you go on higher chakras, where there is some animal propensities, at the same time there is a divine quality also. So you should know the art how to control the animal propensities, how to develop your divine qualities. Next. This is heart chakra. Here is 12 breaths. Some are very good propensities, like chesta, asa, and hope. Chesta, asa, chesta, patience, and vivek, and discrimination. At the same time, there is next one. There is other things which are like attachment, lolota, kapatata, and hypocrisy, depression, all these things. Here, by practicing halasana, bhujangasana, bhavasana, vayu mudra, you can control these things and develop the divine qualities. Next. Here is the Vishuddha Chakra. This is more psychic. This Vishuddha, the throat chakra, this controls the ethereal factor, and the breath is, it is less bound to the physical world than the lower chakra, and represents an elevation of human consciousness over animal city sentiments. When the chakra is properly developed, one expresses the breathage of selflessness and service, such as direct, great sense and humanity working for the collective welfare. Here it is rectified by Sarvangasana, Matsya Mudra, and Bhujangasana. Next. Here are the 16 propensities. Here some of the propensities, which are the acoustic roots of different sounds. Like you see, we have the 7 notes, musical notes. These are like sa re ga ma pa dha ni. Then there is the other propensities are also here, like whom the rising of Kundalini and the universal welfare, physical welfare, psychic welfare, and to do something without any hesitation, that is thought, that is another Vritti. People start any activities without no moment. When they decide, they will do it. And here Sarvangasana, Matsya Mudra, and Bhujangasana, it can helps to control and develop these propensities. Then next is the intuition insight, that is Ajna Chakra, which is situated within the eyebrow, 2 eyebrows, and below this Sahasrara Chakra. It is the master gland. It is a pituitary gland which controls all the lower glands. Here you have the both kinds of knowledge are here. One is mundane knowledge and spiritual knowledge. You need the balance between mundane knowledge and spiritual knowledge. So you can develop socially at the same time spiritually. Human life will be fulfilled. It will get its complete success in your life if there is a happy blending between social life and spiritual life. Here, if you develop this chakra, you have both knowledge, all the mundane knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Due to lack of proper knowledge, we sometimes discard many things. Oh, it has no value. Everything in this universe has existential value and utility value. So due to our lack of knowledge, we don't know what is its utility value. We know little bit utility value. Otherwise, you don't know the existential value. That's why we destroy many things. As we are conscious right now, we are thinking for everything in this universe, not only human beings, animal, plants, birds, living, non-living, all the resources, energies, the mountain, forest, everything. Because everything has its utility value and existential value. Here is the cosmic consciousness, is the Sahasrara Chakra, is the regulator of all regulators. But here, a pituitary glands regulate everything, but here it controls also pituitary glands. The Sahasrara Chakra is situated in the very top of the head. This related to the pineal glands. It is the seat of the cosmic consciousness. In individual, this chakra controls all other chakras below it. Those who gain control over these chakras through the methodical practice and grace are able to control their mind fully. They attain the highest stance of human life. This best practice to develop this chakra is called dhyana, which is higher lessons of meditation. To rectify these chakras, you have to practice sasangasana and meditation and dhyana. Here is the mysterious gland, there is pineal gland, regulator of regulators. The pineal gland is somewhat that mystery to scientists. It is less than a centimeter long and only 100 milligrams in weight. It is one of the most active organ in our body. It produces few millions of grams of its hormones, melatonin per day, but it affects the entire body through the pituitary, and the pineal gland indirectly controls all other glands, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, all these lower glands. Because when this gland is active, all other glands are inactive. But melatonin secretion starts during the night. Here is the biological, that's why you feel sleepy. But in that state, the relaxation, if you go higher practices, then you will get the divine nectar. That is called Shiva shower. In the midnight, you start to secrete more. That's why Lord Shiva meditated during the midnight. He is intoxicated not by the alcohol, he is intoxicated by the divine nectars. That's why he is called Bholanath. He is always observing that. If you get that, this melatonin secretion, when you start from the sahasrara, when you come to the lower chakras, Agnya chakra, between the impurity of our thoughts and the defect of our chakras, it burns there. It cannot revitalize lower chakras. By your pure thoughts and sentient food, holistic lifestyle, you can purify all your chakras and you can get the divine nectar and enjoy the bliss. And you can see everything in a positive outlook. You can use it, you will never abuse it. You can protect and maximum utilize all these things in this universe and make a better world. These are the benefits of meditation: clear and focused mind, emotional stability, better concentration, improved memory, creative ideas, cheerfulness, self-confidence, empathy, and inner joy. Next one. Here, we will finish within 5 minutes. Here, we see the interaction between body and mind. Here, the different layers of mind: the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. There are 3: supramental, subliminal, and causal. This agitation of the shallower layer prevents us from going beyond. Here is the conscious mind, where we are sensing, desire, aversion, and acting. All these 5 motor organs and 5 sensory organs active through the conscious mind. Next one. Here is the subconscious mind. Is the 2 functions of mind: thinking and memory. In the experiencing pain and pleasure, it happens in the subconscious mind. Superconscious mind has 3 layers: supramental, intuitional, creativity is the 3rd layer of mind, where all kinds of invention, discovery, theory, the philosophies, and all kinds of fine arts comes from this layer. All these things are remain in the seed form. Whatever you see in the world, all these things are remain in the seed form in this layer. The subliminal is the conscious, conscience and non-attachment. Here, conscience means you have to know the difference between good and bad. What is its utility value? If you use it, whether it has some positive impact on you or on the society or not. Here is the non-attachment. As you use, we are not attached. We are not consumed by it. Like people use alcohol. They are not consuming alcohol. Alcohol is consuming him. Here, when you have developed this non-attachment, nothing can consume you. You can consume them. Subtle layers, deeper layers, the spiritual learning, where you get the God realization. Here is the science. When you normal mind, you have the electroencephalogram machines, which can read the brain waves, different brain waves when you are sensing, hearing, listening, talking, seeing everything. You have different vibrations of different frequencies of the brain waves. When you concentrate on thinking, it becomes a systematic, methodical, and in a particular rhythm, in the same frequency. Next. Concentration thinking is like a laser. It will make all the different lights like laser beam. In the same frequency, it will move. When it moves in the same frequency, then only you can penetrate. You create a tremendous power in your mind. You can do anything and everything as you like, but you should be very careful before using these things. It should be always used for the service and blessedness of the society. Here different wavelengths. As you practice concentration, it will go on increasing as it is a beta waves, as a 13 to 24 cycle per second. When you practice concentration, it will become 18 to 13. Then you increase the power of determination, your mind become calm, memory increase, you can make deep concentration. As you go on, it will go on increasing, theta, delta, then become cosmic waves with 1 cycle per second. Here is the beta wave. When before practicing concentration meditation, you have this kinds of wave. Your mind is extroverted. You cannot, if you try, you cannot do it. You cannot concentrate your mind. That is entitative rhythm. By the use of mantra, it become entitative rhythm of mantra. It will become 8 cycles per second. It is slower. Increase the internal energy, feeling of well-being, mental efficiency, and telepathic. What you are talking about, the telecommunication. If you have these things, you can communicate with the different minds. You can spread the good thoughts when people are inspired to good things. Because our great saints, they use these things. But that time I had no telecommunication, but they connect with the entire world, not only the human beings, also animal, plants, everybody. Next. As you practice more, it will go on increasing, and your brain waves will, the curvature will be straightening. Then here is the final stage where you get samadhi merged with the cosmic consciousness. Here, by practicing this, when you discover yourself, you will find yourself within your own eye feeling. You need not to move around, but everything is within you. You can use, you can explore all the possibilities. You can develop all the qualities. Everyone has unique personality. By practicing yoga and meditation, you can develop that unique personality. Like all the flowers in the garden has different fragrance and different colors, different beauties, but everyone has that uniqueness. In the same way, we all human beings have our own personality. By practicing these things, the unique personality will develop. Someone wants to be a best engineer, he can be. He can be a best scientist, he can be. He can be a best writer, he can be. And he can use it. He can use his potentialities. He can use all his qualities for the service and blessedness. And we can make a better world. Thank you very much.